Hey guys, it's Clay, CPAP My Way, CPAPMyWay.com. Today I'm here to take you through a quick run through on your menu navigation and adjustments for the patient level of the AirSense 10. In this video, I'm just going to go over in the options what you can control, why you would adjust them and how to adjust them, as well as in your sleep report, what you're looking for and what you might can expect. Additionally, I'm going to show you real quick how to upgrade your sleep report in this particular video if you're only seeing the minimal information in the sleep report. So let's dive right in. If you appreciate the info, we really appreciate that thumbs up. If you have any comments or concerns or things I should expand on, throw them in the comments below. Subscribe for more info, of course. And then I always want to point out, I've got a great detailed blog in the description below that will also go over every other topic about the AirSense 10. If you're getting started or if you're having trouble or wanting to learn more about it, it's a really, really great resource. All right, so first things first, on the home screen, you're going to see two tiles. One says My Options, one says Sleep Report. This is not a touch screen, so you're not going to do anything by touching it. You will navigate it with this little dial here. Turning to the left or right will take it up or down, and once you highlight what you want to do, you just press the button to click it. So we'll start off in the My Options section here. We're going to click that button. And you're going to see some interesting information here. This may look kind of foreign to you and like what the heck is going on, but it actually hopefully will only be adjusted occasionally, if ever, once you get this thing where you want it to be. The first thing we're going to point out is ramp time. If you click on that by scrolling down and pressing the button once, you probably are going to receive this machine in auto ramp mode. Auto ramp mode is a really nice algorithm that will monitor your breathing, and as you slow into that deep slow, rhythmic, sleepy breath rate, it will take the machine from the most minimal starting pressure up to your therapy pressure. And hopefully you never even notice the increase in pressure because you're long since been asleep. Some people love that function, some people hate it. Old school CPAP users don't really like it. They typically want to turn the humidity all the way off. Some people that know that they're going to fall asleep in 30 minutes appreciate turning the ramp time to like a 30 minutes and locking it in. I would recommend if you're getting started for the first time, leave it on auto or set it to auto. Going down to the next level here is your humidity level. If you click on that one, you'll notice that if you scroll to the left, it can go as low as off or as high as 8. Probably going to come set somewhere around 4 in the middle of the road. You may find that you never adjust this, but the reason you would adjust it is if you notice that you're dry in the morning, dry mouth, dry nose, you're going to want to increase the humidity. And what that will do is it will add more humidity to the air you're breathing and in turn keep you from drying out. You may also notice the opposite, excess condensation or water in the CPAP tube or mask. In those scenarios, you're going to want to back it down a notch or two. Adjust that as necessary throughout the year. When a cold front comes by, you're probably going to have to drop it down from time to time. And if, in the summertime, you may increase it, or vice versa. It just depends on your home and your environment. Once you made the change, click it and lock it in. In a second here, I'm going to go back to humidity level and plug in the climate line tube so you can see the change and the different settings that are available then. Next thing is your mask, nasal pillow, full face, or nasal. The full face obviously covers the mouth and nose. Nasal covers the entirety of the nose, and the nasal pillows are just those little buds that rest on your nostrils. Just make sure the right one's highlighted before you get started. The run mask fit option is nice. You can fire that up while you're wearing your mask, and it'll tell you, hey, you've got a great seal, or it's not doing so well, you need to adjust your mask. And then once you get it adjusted on your face, it'll say, hey, good job. You got that mask seal working. Press the button again to shut that down. If you're in a colder climate, you can preheat your water by hitting water warm up, and it will preheat the water. That way it's giving you a good warm heavy condensation right off the rip when you get started on the CPAP. And I'm going to stop it and turn that off. Final thing you'll see here is the airplane mode. This disables the internal cell modem. So if you were using it on an airplane, probably not very many people are going to do that. You would turn the airplane mode on, which would disable the cell modem and keep the machine from transmitting any data. If you want to keep everybody out of your life and you're one of those people trying to make sure nobody can see anything you're doing, you'll want to turn the airplane mode on. If you're trying to keep your doctor informed or you've got to show compliance for insurance purposes, you're going to want to leave the airplane mode turned off so that it relays your data back to your provider and to your doctor. All right, now before we finish this up, let's show you what happens when we're in when we insert the climate line tube. So remember, we got this little climate line tube here with the electrodes. I'm going to plug that into the back, and you'll notice a little bit of a change on the menu here. Climate line air connected. Now you're going to notice a couple of things. Instead of just the humidifier setting, you've got climate control and tube temperature. Both are set on automatically when you set the when you plug in the climate line tube. What that means is that it will adjust your humidity and the temperature of your tube to attempt to maximize the efficiency of it, right? The machine has a built-in hydrometer and thermometer, so it pretty well knows, based on the physics of the room, how much humidity can be added and what temperature it needs to keep it at to make sure you don't have any condensation. However, for a lot of people, it may still produce issues. So I'm going to show you, if it's not working in auto mode, which I do recommend you start in auto mode, if it's not working in auto mode, what you can do to adjust that. So the first thing you'd want to do is change the climate control to manual. Now you're going to see that humidity level setting again, right? When we saw before we put a climate line on there. And you're going to see a tube temp, right? The tube temp can go as high as 86 or as low as completely off, which is as good as a regular tube, right? I think most people like to start in that 76, 78 area. If you notice condensation in the tube and you're feeling like you're getting enough humidity, you probably need to punch it up a notch or two to make sure you can hold more humidity in the tube. And then obviously the same thing applies as the original humidity setting. If you notice you're dried out in the morning, turn this up a notch or two. If you notice that you've got condensation in the tube, you can go down a notch or two. But the nice thing about the climate line tube is if you're noticing condensation, you can actually increase the tube temp instead of reducing your humidity. So for those of you that really need more humidity, but are having real issues with the condensation, this climate line tube is a really nice add-on because it will actually stabilize the air all the way through to you and keep the condensation maximized. So once you've done that, you can hit home and it'll take you back out of there. The last thing you're going to see here is your sleep report, which if you're getting it straight from, somebody who didn't do any adjustments here, you're going to see usage hours, mask seal, humidifier, how many hours you used it last night, how well did your mask seal, and how's your humidifier working. Happy faces are good, and obviously for compliance purposes, you want to be at least over 4 hours on the usage. Not a whole lot of info there, but I'm going to show you real quick how you can expand that to show you a lot more information. So we're going to have to go into the clinical menu here real quick, which involves pressing this button and your home button. So both of those buttons at the same time for about 5 seconds. And the screen will switch. Now you're going to see settings, and it'll say exit clinical menu at the top and settings. If you're going in here to upgrade your sleep report, please don't mess with anything else. Be careful. If you don't know what you're doing, just stay out of here. Or if you don't feel comfortable, I should say. Select settings, and then pass all of this stuff. Don't mess with your settings at all. Go all the way down here to essentials. Right? It says options, essentials. Instead of on, we're going to hit plus. All right? Once we've done that, I'm going to hit this home button to exit because I don't want to mess anything up. Then click up here on the exit clinical menu. Now, when you look at your sleep report, you're going to see a little more information. Usage hours, obviously. Now it's going to tell you your events per hour, which is the equivalent of AHI, mask seal, humidifier, and it's going to give you really nice information on, you could look at like your 3-month report, which will tell you pressures, leak, AHI, all the really, really cool information right here. Now, of course, you can look at a lot of this on the app as well, but this has got some really, really cool information that you can see every morning when you wake up, because when you first turn the machine off in the morning, it immediately takes you to your sleep report where you can look through all that stuff. And I don't know, I find it kind of cool to just look through the report when you wake up. So keep in mind you can do that. You don't have to turn that on, and it may already be on. But if you want to turn it on, that's the way you do it. So hope you enjoyed the info. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up, and thank you for watching.